Welcome to Part 6 of the Checkout System Demonstration Series. In Part 5, we related our system behavior to our requirements. Now, we will return to the EFFBD of the Checkout Customers function, where we complete the second layer of decomposition of these three functions. We'll complete the third in Part 7 of this series. In thinking about ascertain prices, it is clear that what must happen is that the system must capture the price of each item and report that price for inclusion with the rest of the item prices in a transaction total. We will therefore decompose this function into capture item price and report item price. Although we could proceed as before, let's explore another way to achieve the same result. Right-click the function Ascertain Prices and select Open Element, then Enhanced FFBD from the right-click menu. This opens an EFFBD of the function Ascertain Prices in a separate window. Since we know that we will decompose this function into two sub-functions, we can drag two new nodes onto the diagram. This produces two functions in sequence between the reference nodes in this function. We can then use the right-click and rename technique to rename the boxes Capture Item Price and Report Item Price. With the two relabeled functions in sequence, we can now renumber them using the same renumber process we've previously used. We'll close this window now that we're finished here. We can use the same technique to decompose the second function, Determine Total. Open the EFFBD from the right-click menu. Here, the subfunctions are in the sequence Receive Item Price, Total Item Prices, and Report Total. Drag three new nodes onto the diagram. Rename them in sequence. Then renumber one more time. Once we have functions 1.2.1, 1.2.2, and 1.2.3 successfully named and numbered, we are ready to introduce a new concept. We recognize at this point that something must cause the system to total up the item prices it has been holding in function 1.2.1. Therefore, we will now assign what we call a trigger to function 1.2.2. If a function has a trigger, that trigger must be received in order for the function to execute. Grab a new trigger from the diagram palette and drop it on the Total Item Prices function. For the moment, we will simply leave it at that and decide later how this trigger will happen. We now close this window and move on to decompose the function Accept Payment in our next video. This concludes Part 6 of the Checkout System Demonstration Series. This is a good time to save your work. Once you've saved, go back to our screencast page to view Part 7 of the Checkout System Demonstration Series.